2018 has been a testing season for Corvette Racing, not only on the track but also logistically, with a tight back-to-back IMSA schedule hot on the heels of the Le Mans 24 Hours. But going into round 7 at the Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, the team were focused on the last 2 races of the season.
It's been a busy time for us with Corvette Racing, just come back from Le Mans. Obviously that's a long time period for the guys. Then we have Watkins Glen, and now here we are back-to-back at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park.
It's been an interesting season. It's been a little tough at times, but we got a great victory at Long Beach, which was amazing. We had a great team performance there. Tommy drove brilliantly, and it was my 50th win for the team.
I would say we've had a good season so far. It hasn't been perfect, and we've had some bad weekends, and then we had a good result in Watkins Glen.
It's been great racing, really entertaining, not only for everybody in the team, but also the fans. We've been seeing some great spectator turnouts at some of these events, and now we're at Mosport at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, and the facility is run by one of the legends of Corvette Racing, Ron Fellows.
As part of the build-up to the weekend's racing, IMSA and Corvette decamped to downtown Toronto to put on a show for the locals, which featured a live pit stop demonstration with the C7R.
Here comes Corvette legend Ron Fellows, comes from just down the road from Toronto here. Remember, you can win or lose a race in these pit stops, so this has to be done right on race day. All about getting the car down and away in the shortest possible time.
Oh, so there's a big push to try and get more people to come and watch our races. We have a great fan base, I think, already in the IMSA series. But what Ron Fellows and Canadian Tire Motorsports did yesterday downtown Toronto sure helps everybody tell people about what we're doing, come out and watch us and have a great day at the racetrack. I think it's fantastic. I like being at those sort of events, and a really good way of engaging with the fans.
I think that's what really separates sports car racing from some other forms of racing. The access that the fans have to the car, the teams, the drivers. When we have our Corvette corrals, we see the same cars over and over again and same license plates, and it's not just somebody looking for an autograph, it's someone that is a fan of yours and follows your racing career and your personal life in a lot of ways as well. So I think that's unique in sports car racing.
After the downtown demo, the team headed back to the track to prepare the C7Rs for race weekend and a busy schedule of practice sessions and Saturday qualifying.
It's kind of nicely spaced. It's not too much of a rush, it's not too much of a panic anywhere, but you just got a nice cadence to the weekend that flows pretty well. And the Canadian fans are knowledgeable, they're excited about these cars coming here. They always turn out, and they seem to have the Corvette sort of in their hearts, so they love that noise of the V8.
After their FanFest duties in downtown Toronto, Corvette were back at the track, focused on race day and the roller coaster circuit.
It's one of the best racetracks that we go to all year long. A really classic, traditional road course here in the US. A lot of elevation change, a lot of high-speed corners.
Look, Canadian Tire Motorsport Park is an intense ride. You know, whether you're coming into turn 1, which is so close to being flat for us, then you come down into 2, and it's just a breathe. Little breathe, and maybe a dab on the brakes as you go into 2, and then you're carrying all that speed, 5th gear, down the hill through there. And then 3 is, again, it's another fast right-hander, but it's going downhill. Then you come into 4, which is, the track just disappears underneath you, and you think, where does it go now? And it goes off down to the left, and big compression at the bottom, heavy braking then for 5, out of there, up the hill, all the way up the hill, through the gears, flat out, and then into turn 8, and you come over the crest there, wait for the car to settle, then hard on the brakes, into the sort of long right-hander that turn 8 is, and then it's a couple of tighter lefts and rights, then back onto the front straight. You know, it's a short lap, but it's intense, and it's one that you can never, ever sort of let your concentration just die at all. It's got to be right there the whole time. It's really intense.
Round 7 of the championship was a sprint race, and with only 2 hours and 40 minutes on track, a shrewd race strategy could make all the difference, especially during caution periods.
Even if it's 2 hours 40, the amount of laps you do through a race are a lot, so that takes a lot of pressures into strategy. So as soon as you lose a little bit of time against the leaders and you need to pit, you might fall into and go a lap down pretty easy. We just need to be on top of everything, not do any mistake, stay in contact with the leaders, and then if we can do something different or a good strategy will probably put us in a good spot towards the win.
Prepped and ready for racing, the two Corvette C7Rs made their way to the grid, watched by a sellout crowd awaiting the action.
Welcome to the pit walk at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Formalities to come, and then it's green flag and racing for IMSA's only event outside the USA.
We're P5 on the grid, the sister car's P3, so it's a pretty good qualifying session for us, but it's very, very close, super tight. So we're hoping for a good, solid race today. I think it's going to come down to a couple of things: tyre choice and strategy, and how much time you spend here in the pit lane. It's going to be tight, it's going to be competitive, it's going to be aggressive.
Prototypes lead them off, the Acura from pole position. Look at the battle in GT Le Mans, and the number 3 Corvette's got between the two Porsches. Excellent stuff. Oh, Christina Nielsen in the 58 right Porsche is off.
Meanwhile, Ryan Briscoe in the number 67 Ford had dropped back to 4th, with the two Corvette C7Rs splitting the Porsches. But more yellow flag cautions caused race strategies to be revised, and the Corvettes took the opportunity to take the lead. Heading into the final stint, the race was turning into an in-house battle, with both C7Rs up front and Antonio Garcia in the number 3 car pushing for the lead.
Good work, buddy. That's how we do it, man. Good work, man. That's not right. That should be on a car. Full course yellow. Great news for Chip Ganassi. Ford Westbrook gets a break.
New tyres and fuel catapulted Westbrook into the lead and eventually gave him the race victory.
Great day for Corvette Racing, second and third. Definitely had a fast car today. The Ford in front of us just got lucky there with the yellow, but that's racing. That's the way it goes sometimes. And yeah, happy to get good points today.